Hey guys, my name's Steve, this is Heroine's Corner and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing the Black Booktuber tag. I was tagged to do this by Ash over Pages on the Stars, and I'll leave her channel and video down below, and you guys should definitely check out Ash. She's such a down-to-earth, chill booktuber. I just love watching her videos, and yeah, if you just want like a real chill booktuber to follow, like Ash is your girl. Like, absolutely adore her. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this tag video. This is very off the cuff. I didn't plan any like answers to this. I haven't done a tag video in a while, and they are always like very fun and interesting to do, I feel like. And also with this specific tag, it's such a great way to find more Black booktubers. So if you're looking for more Black booktubers to follow, I'll definitely just recommend you like searching up this tag in the search bar, and you'll just find like loads of Black booktubers to follow, all of them awesome. The original creator of this tag was Mariama over Black Encyclic Reads, and I'll definitely leave her channel and the original video down below. But without further ado, let's get into the book tag. So the first question is, tell us a bit about yourself. What do you want to know? I don't know. What do you want to know? I'm Dee. I live in the UK. I am half Jamaican, half Nigerian. I study law, and yeah, I like books. Other than books, I'm a huge like MCU like nerd. I absolutely love MCU so much. I also love musicals as well. You know, Company, Merrily We Roll Along, or Assassins. So like Sondheim musicals. I just absolutely adore him. But yeah, I'm a huge musical like fan, and I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I like watching movies as well. I'm trying to follow the award season. Well, I'm not really the award season. I'm trying to follow the Oscars this year. I have a lot of catching up to do, but thankfully a lot of the movies are like on streaming and stuff, so I'll be able to catch up quickly. But yeah, I need to really catch up on some movies because I haven't been watching movies a lot recently. Who's a Black author you love a lot that most people don't know about? A Black author I love a lot. I would say Sarah Collins. She's the author of Confessions of Franny Lantern. I absolutely adored that book. Not enough people are reading it, in my opinion, and I just love the way she crafted that story, and I'm so looking forward to like reading more of her future works. If you didn't know, Confessions of Franny Lantern is a historical fiction novel, and we follow a Jamaican slave girl, and she goes over to like London. Like, we basically follow her life journey, and the book starts off with her being on trial for murder, and I absolutely just adored that book. I would recommend it to everyone. Favorite book about the Black experience? Can someone tell me what the hell the Black experience is? I would like to know, because I don't know what the Black experience is. I'm Black, I'm living my life. A different Black person's living their different life. So yeah, I don't really know what the Black experience is. So I'm going to recommend a non-fiction history book. Okay, so the non-fiction history book I'm going to be recommending is Black and British by David Ellis Soga. I absolutely adored this book, 5 stars. It did take me a while to read, and I dug-eared so many of the pages because there were so many just like interesting parts that I would want to like reread in the future. But essentially this is a book about Black British history all the way from the Afro-Romans to the late 20th century. I would recommend it if you want to know about like the Black experience in a historical sense. Yeah. Question number 4, favorite book by a Black author. Gosh, I don't have like a favorite book. I don't do a lot of favorites because it's just such a futile thing for me to do. One of my recent favorites will have to be Lot by Charlotte von Reinhold, and this is a adult fiction novel, and essentially we are dealing with just a lot of different topics here. In this book we follow Matilda, and Matilda is a person who obsesses over certain historical figures of the 1920s, and when she finds a picture of a Black woman who used to be in these very extravagant and grand circles in the 1920s, she tries to kind of track down more information about her, and plot ensues. Essentially one of the most interesting reading experiences I've had in a while, mostly because I was almost hating reading this book, but I was loving reading this book at the same time. It was such a weird thing for me to kind of comprehend, but in the end I gave this book like 5 stars. I did a whole video about this. I'll link it up there and in the description down below. basically talking about why you need to be reading this book. Recommend a black and queer book. Okay, I'm going to be recommending a classic. So the book I'm going to be recommending is Annie John by Jamaican Kincaid, and this is a coming of age story set in Antigua, and at the heart of this story is a mother and daughter relationship, and we basically see over the course of around like 10-12 years how their relationship falls apart. And I wasn't expecting this book to be like any type of like queer book or like sapphic book, but this book is very sapphic. How Annie kind of dealt with her sexuality and how that manifested, and how it was so like integral to this coming of age story. And I just really adored like that aspect of the book. I don't know if I talked about it in my wrap up, like I talked about this book, but I don't think I talked about like the sapphic elements of this book, which is weird. Question number 6: recommend a book with a black person on the cover. So I'm going to recommend a book that isn't actually at my like physical disposal at the moment, and that is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. And I kind of forget that I really enjoy this book because I don't physically have it on me. It's in like a different location at the moment, but this book essentially follows Bree, and Bree just lost her mother, so she's dealing with the grief of losing her mother, and also she's attending this prestigious kind of college, and magical stuff's happening essentially. This book is like an Arthurian legend, so it's like a modern twist on an Arthurian legend, and she gets roped into this like secret society of the descendants of that kind of time period. It did take me a while to get the hype. It took me maybe like 50% into the book. It took me, and then like once it hit, I was like, that's not a good clip. Once it hit once it hit, it hit, and I was like invested in the book. The way that grief was handled, and like generational trauma, like oh my gosh, like Tracy Deonn, I need another book from you from this series. But yeah, Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, pick it up if you haven't already. Question number 7: recommend a book by a black author that makes you happy. Should I go with like a contemporary or fantasy? We're gonna go with a fantasy, and that fantasy is Queen of the Conquered by Kaysen Calendar. And this is a YA. Is this like a YA fantasy? It's not really YA. This is like straight up like adult. I'm pretty sure this is like a straight up adult fantasy book. It's Caribbean inspired, and we follow the protagonist of Rose, and Rose on this Caribbean island, like the colonizers came and all of her family was like massacred, and she's still on this island several years afterwards, and the king of the island is trying to choose his next successor, and she wants to be that next successor to kind of like flip things on their head and like get the revenge that she really craves. This book brings me joy because I loved seeing this female protagonist just be morally grey, very questionable. You don't know if you're rooting for her or if you're not rooting for her. And I just loved how the author allowed this character just be like that, to just be all shades of grey, and I just absolutely adored it. I still have to read the second book in the series. Talk about a book by a black author that's coming in 2020. So I did a whole video about black British books coming out in 2021, and basically like every book in that video is a book that I'm really excited for, want to read. If I had to pick one book to take out of that video, it would be Assembly by Natasha Brown, and this is a adult fiction novel. And before this black woman is about to attend this lavish garden party in the English countryside, she kind of reflects about how she got there and pieces of her identity. And I don't know why I really am excited for this book, but I am so excited for this book. It just gave me Girl, Woman, Other vibes, and just trying to break down identity and what it means to be a black woman and the things that you have to sacrifice to be in certain circles. I was just getting those vibes, so I'm really excited for that book. Also, I'm going to shout out a book that was a middle grade that was just announced last week, Empress and Ania by Candice Carter-Williams. Yes, she is coming out with a middle grade. I absolutely adored Queenie. It's such a vibrant, such a relatable read, and I'm so happy that she's writing a middle grade. Ambitious sounds like a lovely contemporary about friendship and these two girls who come from very different backgrounds but they strike up a friendship. I recommend some Black booktubers. Oh my god, off the top of my head, oh no, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss out so many people. Okay, but once I come straight to the top of my head, obviously like Ash over at Pages and the Stars, Lala Loves Lit, Yasmin been reading, Mel over at Melville Raven Girl, Aaron at Booked and Busy, Olivia over at Olivia's Catastrophe, Jonathan over at To Be Black and To Be Loved, I'm pretty sure that's the channel name, Steph over the Perks of Steph, and Natavi at Natavi and her books. Yeah, it's so funny how your mind just goes blank when you ask these things. You're like, what? But as I said, if you search this like book tag in the search bar on YouTube, you're going to find like loads of amazing Black booktubes anyway. So yeah, those are the people that come to the top of my head. I feel so bad, but I've like probably missed out like so many people that I love their content. Question number 10, tag some Black booktubers. I don't know who hasn't done this video yet because it feels like a lot of people have already done this video. I'm going to go off the top of my head like and think if anyone's done it. I don't think Natalia over and Natalia and her books have done it, so I tag you. I tag Steph over the Perks of Steph as well, and I also tag Mel over Melville Raven Girl. And anyone else, if you're a Black booktuber and you haven't been tagged yet, use this video as the tag. You're being officially tagged by me if you want to do this video. But that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed some of my book recommendations. Please remember to subscribe to all the booktubers I've mentioned in this video because all of them are amazing. I'll leave their channels down below. Remember to like, subscribe, follow me on my Twitter and Bookstagram, and comment down below your Black book recommendation. What's just a book written by a Black author that you recommend to people? See you guys soon on another video. Bye.